He could basket cut below the post. He could basket cut above the post. He could cut east-west and relocate in the corner, or he could cut east-west and screen for a perimeter teammate. By the way, these are the rules and habits for feeding the post from anywhere. If you're in the guard position and you feed the post, you still have a choice of 4 cuts. 2 basket cuts, right or left, and 2 east-west cuts, an X cut in each direction. Note that there are not any other directions for the passer to go. I guess he could pass to the post and stand, but that would mean he doesn't know how to play. As a coach, when I read him standing still, then I react by subbing him out of the game. It's called read and react coaching. No thinking, just sub.
3-player drills to build 2-player reaction habits. Choose from 4 cuts when feeding the post. Layer 13, 3 out, 2 in dribble penetration.
The good news about the 3 out, 2 in set is that there's nothing new to learn. Everything that's needed to play from this set has already been learned by your players. So, why consider a 3 out, 2 in set? First, the obvious reasons. You may have 2 very strong post players that create a lot of offense by being around the basket. Maybe your post players are good at scoring with their backs to the basket. Maybe your post players are good passers and you like to go inside with the ball and allow your perimeters to move without the ball. Maybe your post players are great rebounders and you want them near the basket as much as possible. Or maybe it's a negative reason. Perhaps their perimeter skills are so poor that it's best to keep them inside to cut down on turnovers. Now, let me give you an advantage to 3 out, 2 in that you might not have considered. Your 3 perimeter players have a lot of room to dribble penetrate. At first, you might not think of 3 out, 2 in as being a great set for penetrators, but it is. Remember, the post players in the lane are only illusions. In the read and react offense, they're going to slide out of the way as soon as you put the ball on the floor. Their trained reactions slide them out of the way in order to give the perimeter players room to get to the go. Let's look at penetrate and pitch from all 3 perimeter positions. Since the wings are mirror images of each other, this boils down to just 2 positions. 1 drives from up top, and 2 drives from the wing.
3 out, 2 in, top drives gut.
When north-south penetration from up top is successful, there are 5 possibilities. If no defender helps, then take it all the way to the hole. If the wing defender helps across, then make the natural pitch. If the post defender stays to help, then bounce pass to your post. If the other post defender helps, then bounce pass to that post. If the wing defender and same side post defenders stay with their men, but help comes from the other post, and the weak side wing defender drops down to cover the weak side post, then stop, reverse pivot, and throw back to your safety valve for the open shot.
3 out, 2 in, wing drives baseline.
From either wing, if you drive baseline, the possibilities are, if no defender helps, then take it all the way to the hole. If help comes from the opposite wing, then make the natural pitch to the opposite corner. If help comes from the ball side post, then hook pass up the line to your 90 degree. If help comes from the weak side post, then pitch to your 45 degree window. If there's good help in rotation, you'll know it because you won't be able to get to the goal, and the 90, 45, and straight ahead natural pitch will be covered. That tells you that your safety valve behind you is open. It's that simple.
Three out, 2 in, wing drives middle.
From either wing, if you drive middle, your possibilities are, if no defender helps, then take it all the way to the hole. If help comes from your closest perimeter teammate, then you'll have a natural pitch to the 45 degree window. Now, you might ask why your teammate up top doesn't circle move all the way to the wing. This is a slight adjustment that's needed in order to ensure that someone would be back on defense if there's a turnover by the ball handler while driving middle. If help comes from the opposite wing, then you have another natural pitch to your wing buddy in the opposite corner. Simple circle movement. If help comes from the opposite post, then a straightaway, simple bounce pass gives your post a layup. A lob to the rim for a dunk will work, but I'll leave that for you to decide. If help comes from the same side post, then a bounce pass in the gap leads to a score. Sometimes the defense helps, rotates, and wins. As you saw earlier, the same side post can complete his circle movement and move behind the wing for a safety valve.
Penetrate and pitch, the next level.
It's now time to take advantage of the read and react system and move this penetration game to the next level. Traditionally, players who can penetrate must go through the following steps to pitch the ball. 1, notice that they're being stopped from getting to the goal. 2, look for an open teammate who could be anywhere. And 3, make the pass to an unrehearsed spot at an unrehearsed angle. Now, consider the penetrator in the read and react system. He knows exactly where all his teammates will be, regardless from where he drives. He doesn't have to search for the open teammate. All he has to do is see where the defensive help comes from in order to know where to pass. Furthermore, this pass has been practiced and rehearsed time and time again. You be the judge. Which way gives the penetrator a better chance at succeeding?
There are no new 3-man drills for this layer. All needed habits were installed in previous layers.